Breathing is an autonomic process. A person cycles through over 20,000 breaths a day without a single conscious thought. And then abruptly, that process stops working. A severe asthma attacks begin with a rapid loss of oxygen. The person begins even fighting for air and frantically searches for the one tool that can immediately open their airways. Inside the chest, the airways are narrowing dramatically, the muscle wrapping around the bronchial tubes tighten. The lining heals and the thick mucus fill whatever narrow space remains. Every intake of air requires immense physical effort. To recognize this emergency, look for specific physical markers. You hear severe wheezing with every breath. The person will be unable to smear ribs as the body attempts to force air into the lungs. If they produce an inhaler, the situation is manageable. If the bag is empty, the situation becomes a life-threatening medical emergency. At this exact moment, the standard medical response is impossible. The focus must shift to a rigid emergency stabilization protocol. Because the victim is physically exhausted and unable to save themselves, survival now depends on the immediate calculated action of whoever is in the room. As a bystander, your first action is internal. You must stop searching for the missing inhaler and establish absolute focus calm. Step 1 is projecting that calm onto the victim. This is a physiological necessity as panic actively increases the tightening of the airway muscles. By reducing panic, you reduce the physical restriction in the chest. Anchor their attention, physically make direct eye contact, speak in a steady, deliberate pace. Tell them you are there and tell them exactly what you're going to do next. Step 2 is biomechanical position. You first manually adjust the person's posture to force their airway as open as physically possible. Have them sit upright, leaning slightly forward, planting their hands firmly on the knees. Never lay an asthma victim flat on their back. In a supine position, gravity and the body owns weight press down on the chest, creating additional resistance to lung expansion. The forward-leaning upright position is called the tripod position. By locking the arms and planting the hands on the knees, the victim engages secondary muscles in the chest and back to maximize the expansion of the lung cavity. Forcing psychological calm and locking the body into this specific mechanical posture provides the physical foundation required to fight the attack. With the body positioned correctly, you must now address the erratic, shallow hyperventilation that accompanies the panic. Step 3 is paced breathing. This timing graphic illustrates the exact mathematical rhythm required to override the hyperventilation. An intake of air lasting 4 seconds, a hold for 1 second, and a slow release over 6 seconds. The technique requires pulling air in slowly through the nose and forcing it out slowly through pursued lips. Pursued lips create back pressure in the airways, which helps keep the bronchial tubes open longer, so trapped air can escape. You must dictate this rhythm. Breathe with them and count out loud. In for 4, hold for 1, out for 6. Your voice serves as a regulator, helping their respiratory system synchronize with yours. While maintaining this breathing pattern, move to step 4. Scan for and eliminate environmental triggers immediately. Loosen any tight clothing around the victim's neck and chest. Any external pressure on the torso adds unnecessary resistance to their already strained lungs. Next, block invisible environmental threat. Move the person away from sudden cold air draft, smoke dust, pet danders, or strong chemical smells that could be threatening the airway inflammation. Executing this strict breathing rhythm while neutralizing environmental threat provides a buffer against the attack's progression. Buying the brain precious time. Step 5 involves a makeshift chemical intervention. If available, give the victim a coffee, strong tea, or caffeinated drink to drink slowly. Caffeine contains a compound called theophylline. Theophylline acts as a mild bronchodilator, a substance that helps relax the tightening muscles wrapping around the airways, offering a temporary margin of relief. This is an emergency stopgap. Theophylline provides temporary relaxation of the airway, but is not a replacement for an inhaler. It is a bridge that buys minutes. You must monitor the victim continuously. If the attack is still proving after 10 to 15 minutes of applying this protocol, you have reached a critical failure point and must call emergency services. Do not wait for red flag indicators appear. If lips or fingernails turn blue, speaking only in single word, if they show severe exhaustion, or if they lose consciousness, call for a paramedic immediately. The goal of this protocol is maintaining baseline vital signs just long enough for professional medical intervention to arrive and provide advanced care. While an inhaler remains the primary treatment, mastering this rigid 5-step protocol ensures that even in its absence, a bystander provides the immediate intervention necessary to sustain a victim until help arrives.